station. Overall, we love you in every way. Overall, killer jumping station every day. And I know why.
Nobody hyper than Blacker representing for overall setting.
We gotta give thanks. We got to give thanks, yes, for the ones that come before us, and we gotta shake hands. Hi, this is Singing Melody, and I'll be on the Overall Settings podcast.
Overall setting.
Yeah, me know, overall setting.
Ashes, burn them down all the way. Don't know, Rastama represent for overall settings.
Man, it's all about overall settings.
It's all about overall.
Live on the overall setting podcast.
Overall settings. Watch your friends, watch your friends, watch your keeper. Watch your friends, watch your friends, watch your keeper. Watch your friends, know your friends. Overall settings, turn up the ends.
I'm used to hearing it's a matter of time before anything I'm up before is sure to be mine. And I do believe it, and I get to receive it as I keep these words in my mind each and every time. Just prepare for it. Just prepare for it. Who knows it could happen tonight, and it could happen to knows. But who really knows? Who knows?
There's so much
But who really knows? Death sneaks upon you like a thief in the night. Since we're not sure if it's right, we gotta live right, going right. Get distracted by the things that I said. We can't go blindly when we enter the light. Before we enter the light, just prepare for it. Just prepare for it. Who knows it could happen tonight, and it could happen to knows. But who really knows? Who knows? But who really knows?
Ooh, yeah. There's so much I wanna say to you, yeah. Oh, slow it down. Some folks gonna say what they wanna say. Tonight is our night, yeah. Shouldn't have to tell you how I feel. You know my loving is real. From the crown of my head to the sole of my feet. Now what is this that I feel? Wanna take control of me. Now my body's in trouble. It's you that I need, yeah. Is it how you walk, or is it how you talk? Is it how you smile that makes me come alive? I wanna know what it is about you. Your promise, every little thing that I've been searching for. Girl, I see it in you. You're my dream come true. And every little day, every little way, every single night I pray that you'll be there for me. Cause I'll be there for you. Yeah. Is it how you walk, or is it how you talk? Is it how you smile that makes me come alive? I wanna know what it is about you. Can we go for a walk and have a little talk so I can get to know you? Got a lot of things to show you. Please understand that I'm only a man, and my urge getting stronger. Don't keep me waiting much longer. Oh, yeah, wanna get to know you better. Oh, yeah, now. Slow it down so I can say what I wanna say. Oh, and suffer, but that can't work. Hear me now. To be poor is a crime. Man, I pull it. Some press myself. You ready? Here we go. The boss always want to be richer, while the poor man slave and suffer, but that can't work. Hear me now. To be poor is a crime. Man, I feel know that in this set. To be poor is a crime. A woman, I feel know that in this set. I don't want to be begging. Church and knows I'm trying to make a honest living. With all of my strength I'm giving. To be poor is a crime. Man, I feel know that in this set. To be poor is a crime, yeah. Woman, I feel know that in this set. I'm tired of being pushed around. Oh, Jack, help me to get off the ground. They want to see me go down. It's really hard for some of us to stay around. To be poor is a crime.
Man, I know that is not right.
To be poor is a crime, yeah. Woman, I feel know that in this set. Oh, Lord.
Job. Wow.
Oh, Lord, now. Oh, man. Oh, Lord.
Read this.
I read these things in prophecy. Oh, some looks like the sun, it doesn't shine for me. Still I'm living, trying to be free. All of you people, freedom is a must. I know. No matter how the fuss I go on, because I read these things in prophecy. Why say? When the rains are falling down and they got no water, what they gonna drink? They're gonna bow down to the ground. Oh Lord, and when the stars start falling down and the fire burning, red hot, there will be weeping and a national tears, as everyone will be mourning. A whole lot of people will be mourning.
Yeah, brother, my lad. Tonight is a night of epic proportions.
Truly epic.
There's no way
Truly.
to explain how overjoyed I am to be able to sit down with tonight's guest and just chat. You know what I mean? When I say I had the opportunity over 24 years ago to meet this person, and when I say for all of the accolades, when my back I'm name, I'm one of the most humble, genuine individuals that I've ever came across in my lifetime, who is actually instrumental in what I'm doing, even today, from the podcast to the producing to the just music overall. You know what I say? And then his music has been our soundtrack for so long, as children. And then to imagine anybody who in our career for 60 years. Remember, the average retirement age is 65, So more than for really understand what I say. Somebody who has been doing something constantly for 60 years.
That's older than me.
Legendary.
Older than me.
Legendary.
Long time.
I mean, ever ready. And like I said, thanks to Miss Daisy, aka Miss Teresa. We love you so dearly over here because, like I said, we always say about our guests that, especially on a Sunday, Jamaican, them could have there anywhere in our world. I cook them red rooster and them rice and peas and them know not after there. So I sit down with two unknown people like ourselves. You know what I mean? But imagine if you can say on a Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday at that in America, we're talking to a legend. I would even want to keep up no more time. You know what I mean? Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome to the platform a very warm overall settings welcome for the legendary living legend himself, Mr. Ever Ready Freddie Mcgregor.
Yes, give thanks, brethren. Give thanks. And to all the viewers out there tuning in, give thanks. God bless you. We love you.
And we love you, and we love you more. We love you more. Mr. Freddie, like I tell you, man, made up the opportunity for meet you several years ago, and you know your humility speaks volumes. If that could be spread across the world, you know, across the human race, trust me, the world would definitely be a better place. You know what I'm saying?
Because I take my examples from His Imperial Majesty.
Right.
And those are the traits that His Majesty work with.
Right.
And so as his son, I want to follow his path and his footstep.
Right.
And try to exude the same energy, the same love, the same humility.
Wow.
To everyone I come across.
Wow. Wow. Here's Clarendon. The likes of Clarendon have produced many icons such as yourself, the great Cocoa Tea, obviously, Ernest Wilson, you know, some of the greats, you know what I mean, including yourself.
Morgan, Barrington, Levy, Carly,
yes.
Then Morgan Heritage Family.
Wow.
And more, of course, Everton Blender.
Wow.
And more, many more.
The list goes on and on.
Yeah, leave out Cat.
Exactly. The list goes on and there was, you know, everybody has their respective journey, and I'm sure there's similarities, you know, coming up in the game along the way. But at the same time, each one is their own individual. And we're honored to be able to talk to you tonight about your individual journey, you know, from where it started for you at the tender age of 7 years old. And I mean,
yes, I give thanks.
Performing at school shows every Thursday, you being the vocalist, Ernest Wilson being the piano player, you know what I mean, which a lot of people didn't know. Where did it all start for, as they affectionately called you back in those times, Little Freddie?
Well, it started when I was going to Hayes Primary School in Hayes, Clarendon. When I met Ernest Wilson, who was also a student at Hayes Primary School. Peter Assin was already graduated from school, as he was much older than us. Mm-hmm. And so every Thursday we used to have a concert there. We had a big board piano, and Ernest is very versed at playing instruments, including guitar, piano, etc. Mm-hmm. And that's how we began to perform. And you know, people in the community I say, "Tiny boy can't sing, you know." Ernest was already established as a singer with Peter's Clarendonians. Mm-hmm. You know, so the big man them would have start say, "Tiny boy can't sing," you know, because my mom call her Miss Tiny.
Okay.
Yeah, they were popular in the community as singers too. But my mom and my stepdad, their role in terms of singing was anyone passed away in the community, they would gather a group of people and they went singing. They call it nine night.
Okay.
Yeah, but they were excellent vocals as well. I think I got it from my mom big time.
Definitely big time.
Yeah, so, and then the journey continued from there. Ernest's mom, her name is Miss Hetlin. Like, God bless her soul. She used to work at Veer Technical High School, which is down the road from where we live. And she got paid every what we call fortnight, 2 weeks. And she came to my mom one day and told her, she said, "Tiny," because she and my mom, they are good friends. She said, "Tiny, them boy go town next week, you know, go to music, and them now leave him." And my mom said, "But Jetta, we don't have the money for send him." And she said, "No worry about that. Just get him ready and get him next week." And the rest was history. She took care of all of that, you know. I was preparing myself to go to Kingston. Them time they're going to Kingston is like going to New York, you know. Yeah. And back in those days, I can tell you too, when people are go foreign them time there, people cry. You know, you go to the them goodbye and cry.
Yeah.
You never see them again. Come on.
So prior to getting even to 7 years old, at the earliest moment before that, when did you realize singing is in your blood? At the earliest age, before even 7?
Well, I don't know if I realized that singing was in my blood, you know. I just make up a little song near roll dumpling roll. If you want to know dumpling sweet, dip it in coconut. And a little song there, a little song that became popular in my community among my friends and people in the community. And so we used to use pound, shilling, and pence then. You know, the big man them would have give me threepence regularly to sing the dumpling song. And that became popular in my community. And, you know, so when people start to say, tiny boy can sing, you know. And then the move come for go Kingston. And I remember my mom, she make a thermos of tea for me. And my sister get a nutmeg put in my mouth and them stuff newspaper in my chest. Them time I never know what them thing they find, you know?
Yeah.
And we lived about 2 miles from the bus terminus. So when the bus blew 5 o'clock in the morning, we could hear the bus. We know that the bus is ready to leave out. So we have to go through the shortcut now for catch the bus. And the bus near Clarendon Comet. That I can remember. Right. And then we went through the shortcut, meet the bus. And I have my thermos with my tea, my newspaper in my chest, and my nutmeg in my mouth. And me little buy peanut and ice cream and thing. But because me I come from the terminus basically, me get a good seat because we're like the first people on the bus. I know me have to take a window seat because me have a foreign. Yeah, me have to catch everything. And when the bus got to the square in Hayes, that's where Ernest and Peter met the bus and me settling. And the last thing me settling said to Ernest when he boarded the bus was, Ernest, remember, take care of tiny picnic. History, you know?
Wow. So, I mean, at that particular time, you know, we're talking about what, like 60s, early 60s.
Yes, it's a tree.
So what was the climate like in Kingston? I mean, making such a major move as a 7-year-old. I mean, I know that Kingston...
It was rude boy times.
Okay.
What we call Spangler back then.
Right.
But it was more ratchet knife. It wasn't so much gun. It was a knife. And you'd have a policeman named Joe Williams. He used to harass the man that will wear clogs and who have ratchet knife. But it was a different climate. It had its like a tension to it, but it was very different from today.
At that particular time, you know, you were really young, you know what I mean? So I mean, I guess you didn't really have a concept or clue of knowing that what you were embarking on at that particular time. You just know that
I didn't know, and I couldn't have known.
Right.
Just leave each other the hands of the Father for guide me, you know.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. And Ernest and Peter, of course.
They were my guardian.
So at that time when you made that migrate, was mommy with you at that time, or just you along with the rest of the guys?
She just sent me with Ernest and Peter.
Oh man, so that had to be really rough for her then.
Yes, of course. But she would later on come to Kingston every so often to look for me. And God bless my dad. Always give her some money when she come into Kingston.
Wow.
And she went back to the country and it continued like that for a while. But when I first went to Kingston, I don't know how it happened that way, but I ended up living in Mcgregor Gully.
Wow, as a Mcgregor.
Yeah, you know? Because that's where Ernest's auntie, Aunt Evelyn, that's where she lived. 4th Avenue, in Rallington town.
Wow.
Second house going down in Mcgregor Gully right there.
That sounded like destiny to me.
Yeah, I tell you.
You know what I mean? Because of all of the places that you could have landed, you know what I mean?
I landed in Mcgregor Gully, yes.
Yeah, in your namesake. Wow, that's
Wow.
that's very ironic. So,
Like
what did you like hit the ground running upon arrival, or was it like you kind of did have to fit up yourself?
New, coming new,
Okay.
new in the community, new to everything.
Mm-hmm.
We just know it's Ernest Auntie Miss Evelyn, and she was a very popular lady in the community, and people start to understand who this little youth was.
Mm-hmm.
And most people used to think me and Ernest are brother, you know, because we're young alike and almost look alike too. The resemblance. And that's how I first met Robbie Shakespeare. Because Robbie Shakespeare used to live out that side.
Okay.
And he used to ride a under 50 bike them time there. And there was a club called Blue Mist. And he used to play at that club too. So Ernest used to have to go over there to rehearse, and I would go with Ernest all the time. And so I get to meet these people. And them all took a liking to me as little Freddie.
So
just humble myself and roll with the program.
So I guess this time you had to get back into schooling, right?
Yeah.
So how did you fit in schooling and knowing that you're there around some talents and they want you to sing? Or did you manage?
Well, the schooling thing now, or the schooling thing come up, I can tell you. After my first week in Mcgregor Gully, one Monday we went to Studio One. Mr. Dad, of course. The time Ernest and Peter was well popular, have all of the bad Clarendonians shoe them. So when we went to the studio, everybody knew them. And they were stars, hanging out with all the great people. Bob Marley's, Ken Booth, you name them, all of the other artists. Clarendonians was very popular in 1963, 64, 65, during those years. So when I met Mr. Dad the first time, he asked Ernest, he called everybody Jackson. He said to Ernest, Jackson, where this kid live? And Ernest tell him. And he said to Ernest, when you come in Monday, carry him clothes. Monday morning, Ernest grabbed my little bag with my little shiny pants and my little bush jacket.
Wow. Wow.
And the rest of my stuff.
Wow.
And the rest was history.
Wow.
That Monday evening, I went back with Mr. Dad and his family to his house in Pembroke Hall. That's where I ended up living for a long time.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, man. I lived with Mr. Dad and his family for a long time in Pembroke Hall.
Wow.
And then Mr. Dad eventually boarded me out with a Christian lady named Mrs. Brown. She's an auntie of Bonnie Brown from the Chosen Few. Christian lady,
Yeah.
Yeah. Miss Brown used to wake us up 4 a.m. in the morning. She had other boarders with her too. And we have to wake up every morning and take turn to pray. And on Sunday, we have to go down and start Sunday school until she reach.
Wow.
Yeah, we went through a long period of that. Yeah, but those were good for me at the time, Really helped keep me in a strict environment and keep me away from badness, as we would call it then.
Right.
Man, my intention in Kingston wasn't to get involved with badness. I wanted to do something that I could help my mother.
Well.
So I keep myself away from those things. Never got involved. Until this day. My whole dream was to become something so I could help my mother.
You exceeded those expectations, Mr. Freddie. You are a living icon. You have touched many, such as myself. I mean, your name is synonymous with reggae music, and like I said, just having a career that spans over 60 years, brother. Like, to me, that speaks volumes in any profession.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? When you really think about it, to be consistent through the ups, through the downs. I mean, there was we had the honor of having Earl Dunkley, who was another childhood star. I know that you are familiar with the likes of Dennis Brown, who was also a childhood star. Did you and any of these people cross paths along the way, and like what was your experience with juggling, like a childhood, journey like that, at such a tender age, like?
Well, when I went to Studio One, the youngest kid there that I could relate to was Delroy Wilson.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Delroy was a star, like you said, child star.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dennis Brown came through much later.
Mm-hmm.
When he came there to record the album No Man Is an Island.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Dad used to tell us every day that Jackson, this kid Dennis Brown, will come through. And so every day we start to look out for Dennis.
Mm-hmm.
Until one day he finally show up,
Mm-hmm.
This nice youth walk out of a car in a nice puff sleeve shirt, barefoot pants, well put together and have a great smile, just greet everyone. And that's when I first met Dennis.
Mm-hmm.
But I had the pleasure of being in the studio when sessions were going on.
Wow.
Because by now, me and Mr. Dad, like Mr. Dad, little son,
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Dad also may have access what the average person don't have.
Right.
Because when you record them time, them don't allow no picnic to be in the studio. Because the whole idea of red light, that's where it comes from.
Mm-hmm.
When it's time to record, the engineer presses the button and the red light come on.
Mm-hmm.
But that's an indication that recording start. Red light.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so you can't make noise, you can't make any sound, you can't disturb the musicians.
Right.
And those are serious musicians, like Roland Alfonso, Scatterlights, Jackie Mitu, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want the panel people the bad side. There was a little shop across the street from Studio One, a lady named Auntie, we call her Auntie. She owned that shop. So basically all the musicians had what we call a bill over there, where you credit things and pay her on the weekend. So I became the little gopher now, who everybody would send me out. Little Freddie, go buy a beer for me and a pack of cigarette and come back. And the change. Or buy something for yourself, kind of thing. Because we want to get that fast and come back. So everybody love me,
So how did little Freddie feel at that time? 7 years old, you around many talent people, and you are a singer also. At that time, at 7, I mean, it at 7, can you imagine what that would be like for you?
I don't think at the time I realized the impact of meeting those people. I mean, I knew their songs and stuff, but didn't understand the impact of being around the likes of the Scatterlights.
Wow.
Those great people, Jackie Mitu,
Right.
Lee Rice siblings, you name them, all the great people who were there at the time, including Bob Marley. Bob and Bunny was the first people who lift me up, put me up on some beer box to reach a microphone.
Wow.
Because Ernest was taller than I was.
Right.
And back then, it was 2-track recording. So once the band rehearsed and the balance was good, the engineer had a good balance, there was one mic in for the band, one for the singer. So once you rehearse the song and get it right, there's no stopping. That's why we can do dub plate so good.
Yes.
But then dub plate was acetate. Once you put it on and start to record, you can't make mistake because you go and damage people. You have to be skillful.
Right.
And it's one take, no mistakes.
Right.
And that continued until today. But when it was time to record, Bob and Bunny, Mr. Dad always have beer boxes and crate on that kind of place. Because he had the sound system and he always keep dance.
I mean, like these people that you I mean, I'm not gonna say nonchalantly because I know that you obviously at that particular time, like you said, you didn't know the magnitude of the impact that all of you would have on the world, respectfully. You know what I mean?
Yes, I didn't know Bob was going to become such a star.
Exactly.
Just see him every day and call me little Freddie, and we run up and down and we hang out, and him take care of me as a little youth.
Right.
Everything. Sister did the same thing. Sister Marcia. I know them people for long. Most of my life.
Wow. That, I mean, that's incredible. You know, to know that, you know, you were literally at that particular time at such a tender age already staking your claim in history. You know what I'm saying? Without even knowing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that is just so, I mean, incredible in retrospect, looking back, you know, to what you were doing at that particular time. You know what I mean? Building your own legacy.
Yes, and luckily for me, the works are there to prove it, you know?
Yes.
For the viewers, you can go to YouTube and look up a song called After Laughter by Little Freddie. Look up a song called Why Did You Do It? With Fitzy and Freddie, because Ernest's right name is Ernest Fitzroy Wilson.
Wow.
Mr. Dad used to put out some songs as Fitzy and Freddie.
Wow.
And those were scare.
Wow.
You know, so what about early days?
So when you did
hear the baby, you can hear the baby voice, you know.
When you did voice After Laughter, like how old were you at that particular time?
Must have been about 8 plus.
How were you not?
What on that note, were you officially a Clarendonian then?
No, because like I said to you, Clarendonian was already an existing group with Ernest Wilson and Peter Austin. They only recorded one album, but because all I would come from Clarendon and them have me upside them, everybody associated me with them. Everybody used to say me and Ernest a brother. So I mean, the Clarendonian thing, you know.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Until today, people still think I was a part of the Clarendonians, but I wasn't.
Okay.
Just record a whole of songs as Fitzy and Freddie.
So literally, if you were 8 doing the maths, if the maths right, if you forward come at Kingston at the tender age of 7, it seems like you began.
That was in 1963. I can tell you.
You began recording right away. Then it seems like it would seem like
pretty much.
Whoa. So was After Laughter one of the first songs that you recorded?
Yes.
All right, we're going to revisit that particular song.
Going back to the 60s.
Myself, because I don't get a chance to listen to those songs.
All right, well, and I'm glad that we're able to, you know, enlighten you along with the people that are hearing it at this particular time. Ladies and gentlemen, Little Freddie, why we're there with Ever Ready Freddie. You know what I mean? This one is called After Laughter. Voila, 8 years old. You hear the voice? You wanna do it, them below. I mean,
Little Freddie.
what was it like? Just going back to that moment, because I know music has the ability to take you back to that particular time. You know what I mean? That's what music is about for me. You know what I mean? And people like you will pave the way for me. I know that you can clearly relate. But like just thinking back to that particular moment, like what was it like actually hearing the finished product after you did it?
Nervous all the way. Because you're around such great people.
Right.
You're scared to make mistakes.
So
you try to do your best. Well, you know what them.
Right.
So was that song written by you, or it was given to you by someone else?
It was given to me by Mr. Dad.
Okay.
I think that song may even have been a cover song.
Okay. No,
Yeah,
but
man,
I mean the way you're holding note, maybe you one little
Yeah.
part. Maybe you one little part where you go and draw one note probably.
Yeah, me, that's like freestyle. That's like freestyle of that, you know.
but it's just so amazing that you would even know at that tender age that you could, you know, because the average kid, you know, like that's how you can know it's an anointment. You know what I mean? Like this is not, you know, like we have a style where we say you have some people who are born for do things and you have people who are want for do things and
I realize I'm born for do it.
Yes.
That me know for sure.
I wanted, and that's still instilled in you to this day, because I noticed how you became emotional when you started to remember what even made you embark on this journey. You know what I mean? And wow. Father Freddie, you know, like you touch me to my heart and my soul with
man, we feel
it was just so
energy
organic,
and vibes, you know.
You know, like to know. Big up Tamba the legend, you know, Panny Live right now, you know what I mean? Another, you know, reggae historian, you know what I mean, who's been doing it for quite some time as well. So so basically, you know, I know that you so you weren't officially a part of the Clarendonians, but
no, I wasn't.
Okay, you did songs with
but
them.
You know what happened? There's a song that came out on the Clarendonians album that was done by myself and Ernest Wilson called Do Good and Good Will Follow You. And so at the time, I guess Mr. Dad was just trying to find songs to complete the album. And Ernest and I had recorded that song and he put it on the album. And that's another youth voice again. And then me and Ernest have a song named Why Did You Do It? That's another great scat tune. Daddy Rai tell me it was his favorite song where he used to tune up him sound at night time and never know say me sing it till late.
Yeah.
And all of these people who have left us have left their legacy, you know, the great Daddy Rai, you know, big up Annie Goodas will live right also in Philadelphia. That's actually our father. You know, it's you know, to these people that you are naming, you know, to know that you have rubbed shoulders with them, to know that your career transcends from ska to rocksteady to reggae to even
to everything.
Yes.
But you know, but if you really look at it, everybody he mentioned is greatness.
Yes.
So it was like you say, it was destiny, because it was just meant for it, because you are greatness yourself.
Yeah, man,
so greatness
definitely.
always around greatness.
Like how many artists today you can go back and play a scat tune with?
Yeah, it's not too many. It's not too many, especially still among the living.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
in my generation.
I mean that alone, you know, speaks volumes for what you were able to do without even knowing.
That is a proof to my thing, you know?
Yes, definitely.
I was there then.
Definitely. So I mean, when Dennis, you know, came along, and with you guys having, you know, the similarity of being two young, you know, childhood stars at the particular time.
Dennis was a great inspiration to me, you know, because Dennis was our Michael Jackson. You know?
Okay.
You know, as a youth, you couldn't get away from wanting to be like Dennis Brown if you were in music. So actually meeting Dennis Brown was like meeting Michael Jackson. But Dennis is such a wonderful human being, you know, full of love, and he wish you the best too. He wasn't a selfish person. He wanted to see greatness from me as well. And him teach me a lot of things too within the realms of music. And I always remember him as my brother, and I love dearly.
What I realize is that, you know, without a lot of times when you don't know, you just don't know, right? And everybody's experience with people is what it's like their own experience, if you get what me I say. I think we had a conversation like this before on a past show where it's like at the end of the day, somebody might say, yo, Sharpman, sorry about the we were so excited we didn't get the opportunity to introduce ourselves. I'm Fico Settings. This is Daddy Lee Settings, the great ever ready Freddie Mcgregor. You know, it's a pleasure to make you acquainted.
Bless up, Daddy Lee. Bless up.
Yeah, man, we really was excited because
respect.
I couldn't wait.
Yeah.
Now I'm run a little late to make sure I'm early.
No, but what I was saying is, what I was trying to get at is that the fact that you might have some people who think a certain way about Daddy Lee and their experience or their encounter with Daddy Lee. You have some people who even base them synopsis of a person off a hearsay. A lot of times over the years, you know, with my having my ear to the ground, there's a lot to be said about Cox and Dad. I don't know. I was not there. I know that you are one of the people where everywhere that I've seen you speak of Cox and Dad, it's always been of a high, like you have him in high regard.
Yes, man, I love Mr. Dad.
And you know, a lot of people might, what they say is in contrast to your experience with him.
My experience with Mr. Dad is very different. But I can defend him as one of the greatest. Mr. Dad, for me, is like Anto Berigadi. He was the Berigadi of Jamaican music.
Wow.
And for those who don't remember Berigadi is the man for Motown Records.
Yes.
So,
but while you're there, if you can find a song name, why did you do it? If you can,
and what's the title of who was the performers on that song? Because is it when you were with Fitzroy or what?
That song is me and Ernest Wilson. It came as Fitzy and Freddie.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna look for it right.
Why did you do it? Yeah.
I'm gonna look for it right now.
Them tune them mash up the place in a scare time, man.
All right.
It was the ending of scare, so you never get no whole heap of props. But people who are archivists know that song and love it. You know.
All right. Say no more. We'll find it.
We're
gonna drop it right now.
Thank you.
Memory lane regarding our people.
Did you do it? Why did you do it? Why did you do it?
Hold up there!
Did you do it? Why did you do it? Why did you do it? Did you do it? Why did you do it? Why did you do it? Said you saw me with another girl. Down by the riverside.
Father Freddie, what were you doing kissing girls at the tender age of 8 years old?
If you notice the song say, you say you saw me with another girl.
You say you saw me, so that
Yeah.
is speculation.
Yeah, exactly. So, you say you saw me kissing another girl, kind of thing. But them time back in them times there, I saw the link what did I go, you know?
Yeah, man, me understand, man.
Yeah.
Me a little joke.
Yeah, you know, man, you refer to girl and them shit sweet like honey and alcohol,
Yeah.
something there.
Yeah, I totally understand, man. I totally understand. So, at the time when you started to release these songs, what was mommy and daddy and your sister and the family's response to actually hearing you on record at that particular time?
Pure excitement, man, because back then it used to come in like a parish final thing. You know, when you hear a Bob Marley, a rude boy, and Clarendonians come with rude boy gone to jail. It's like, and you hear Al Derek Morgan from Mapen, it's like people proud of them parish, you know?
Right. Right.
So it was that kind of vibe. You're a tiny little boy there. You're a tiny boy on radio there.
Wow.
Kind of vibe.
Wow. Did you ever get the opportunity at the particular time when this work was going on? I know you didn't live with Mr. Dad, but did you ever have an opportunity to return home in the midst of when the work was actually taking place or no?
Yeah, yes, man. And I can tell you, the first person who give me 10 pence come sing on stage is a man named Willie Lindo.
Wow.
As Willie Lindo used to have a band in Maypen and play at a place called Capri Theatre. And them used to have live music every Saturday night. And one day he saw me in Maypen and say, "Little Freddie, when you come sing Saturday, may I give you a pound." And then when you have a pound, you're rich.
especially as a little youth.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I can buy quarter water bread. Then we have quarter now, which is penny a penny.
Yes.
And we have a money near Willie Penny.
Yes.
Man, you could have buy a piece of butter.
Wow.
Penny a penny butter, you know. What was different times from now, virgin. Trust me.
So you're well off them time there.
I'm go up there the night, man, and sing, man. Sing and go on good. Willie just reminded me about that some weeks ago too.
And if I'm not mistaken, Willie Lindo is kin to Kashif, though?
Yes,
I'm son.
Dad, yeah.
Okay.
Kashif Lindo. Yeah, and I ended up recording some songs to Willie Lindo. One of my bad tune is for Willie Lindo as well. Named Gate Past to Your Heart.
Wow, I remember that bad song.
Yeah, so we keep the tradition, you know?
Yes. So, I mean, your history is so extensive. I mean, I noticed that, climbing the ranks, once the music started to transition, you said that, right before Ska kind of took a backseat to the incoming Rocksteady, you and Ernest did the particular song that I just played. Once the music started to transition now, how did you kind of fit up yourself into that era? Like, were you still working with?
Well, yeah, Mr. Dad have the baddest rhythm tracks.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Dad, because him is a sound system selector, him know the songs that are popular in the dance hall.
Right.
And that's how even Sugar Minor became so popular too.
Exactly.
Sugar himself was also a selector. And Sugar go to the dances at night time and hear which rhythm and mash up the dance, or which songs, and come back and tell Mr. Dad. Mr. Dad would give him those rhythms to write songs for. And that's how we came through at that time.
Right. So basically the transition was more or less kind of seamless for you. It was.
Yes, it was seamless because we were in a situation where we had the opportunity. So that's the song that really grabbed people's attention for me at Studio One. Is a song named Babylon.
Yes. That we speak A lot of people speak very highly of that.
Yeah. On the high fashion rhythm.
Mm.
Yeah, Mr. Dad actually give me that rhythm and tell me he used to have a cassette player where him give me.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the rhythm on a cassette and tell me I must listen to it and come up with something for it.
Right.
And him said to me, him tell me, him said let's make a song about the bobbies. As in England at the time they call the police bobbies. Bobbies.
Right.
Bobbies. And him said let's create something from that. Listen to it and go over it and come up with that song, Bobby Babylon. And that song became pretty much an anthem for me. And that was the title of my first Studio One album. Because I only have 2 albums on Studio One. Bobby Babylon and one name I Am Ready. Or Yes, I'm Ready. I lost you. I'm not hearing your volume.
That particular time, did you start to venture into writing, or were you actually still being guided, or was somebody providing you with songs?
No, I started to create songs for myself because by then I learned the tricks in the trade. Being there in the studio every day, watching the productions and watching how people approach the music.
Right.
I learned fast. I learned to play instruments. When the musicians took a break, I went out for lunch and I jump around the jump set and go and fool around little until me hear them I come, me get up and go hold back my corner. But I go around and bang bang. And when me hear them I come, I just hold my corner like me never do anything.
Right.
As you don't want them get upset with you,
So,
right.
So at what age now you start doing this?
What recording?
Yeah.
No, man, you talk like
instrument.
No, what he's explaining just now,
Mm-hmm.
when Imam do this first song, that's his.
Mm-hmm.
At what age was he now? Now must learn play instrument, put out the first. You understand?
Yeah.
So I was asking how old he was at this time now.
That was 70s now, early 70s.
And you're how old?
I'm telling you, I must have been about 14 coming along them times.
Yeah, I'm seeing that Bobby Babylon was released in 1979, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, correct. You are
right. So I'm thinking that, if you forward come at Kingston in by at the age of roughly like 16, 17. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
16, 17.
Yeah, about that, yes. About them times.
So ladies and gentlemen, once again, this one was a game changer. We all know this song because literally when a lot of artists, when them forward past stage, them say, yo, drop the Bobby Babylon. so the rhythm, actually, a lot of artists identify the rhythm, right, as your version. Yeah, exactly, a high fashion. But I've heard it referred to as the exactly. You know what I mean? So we are gonna drop this right now from Ever Ready Freddie Mcgregor.
Say I know your evil plan. Stop Babylon. Bobby Babylon. The wrong one. Bobby Babylon. Trouble Jaja plan. Bobby Babylon. The wrong one. Bobby Babylon. You brought us down here in captivity. Feed us with your brutality. Turn your back on humanity. You got no love and no identity, man. Bobby Babylon. Say you're wrong, man. Bobby Babylon. You shouldn't trouble Jaja plan. Bobby Babylon. Doesn't I am man. Bobby Babylon. You took away our father's gold, robbed them of their sevenfold. Now you're locked behind the door, not knowing what they would know the score, man. Say you're wrong, man. I know your evil plan.
at this particular time, I started to notice the maturity
Yes.
in your voice,
Yes.
and that this particular sound that we're hearing right now has ultimately become your signature.
Yeah, man. The voice start changing, and you
Yes,
grow up, you get
right.
older, your voice starts changing. From why did you do it on them song there
Hmm.
to Bobby Babylon, you can hear the distinct difference.
Right, right.
And then me drop a next song named Bandulo. Right
Mm.
after that, and um, I'm on a Rasta, a song named Rasta Man Camp.
So at that particular time, you had aligned yourself with 12 tribe.
Yes, I started to read my prophecy and start see a different change, starts a different changes in life, and start
Right.
leaning more towards Africa and the cultural side of myself.
Mm.
Yeah, man.
So I mean, with and I know that there was a particular time in Jamaica where Rastas weren't that favorable, you know, and weren't of popular opinion. Did you face any kind of like
Me never
lash?
get, no, me never get no whole for backlash personally, but those sentiments existed back
Okay,
then. But
okay.
to be honest with you, I think I can safely say Dennis Brown and myself became favorites of many persons
Mm.
who may not necessarily had loved Rasta, but
Mm.
them would all always say, me no love, me no like Rasta, but me like Dennis Brown and me like him. Me like how them carry themselves.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, 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 yes.
And that said a lot for the culture. Because we,
Right,
like I said to you earlier, we try to be like His Majesty,
right,
and
right,
exercise the same principles, and that's what people saw in us.
right.
Guys, we have to remember, say, make your light so shine among men that they
Mm.
see your good work and glorify your Father,
Mm.
which is something I always meditate.
Right.
So,
Well.
so now at this particular time, you're about what 17,
Yeah,
18,
about that.
yeah, and you have music out now. We sound really good.
Yeah.
How did life start changing for you? Did you start getting shows at that particular time?
No, not necessarily shows, because I wasn't traveling at the time.
Mm.
Mm,
I was working, looking towards that time, but in 1975 was the first time I traveled. Uh, I was in a band in Jamaica called Generation Gap Band.
Mm-hmm.
right.
Them times, you had Third World, you had
Mm-hmm.
Inner Circle,
Mm-hmm.
Fab Five, all of them band. We used to have Afro and wear barefoot pants and high heel shoes and them thing there.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a show in Florida, in South Florida, as Generation Gap Band. Our first show in 1975. I remember that was the first time I came to the United States.
Whoa.
I never looked back, because I was always asking Jah to just give me one break. Just give me
Mm-hmm.
a break. Give me one hit song, and I will do the rest from there.
Mm.
Mm.
Father Freddie, I mean, let me say, you have been doing what you've been doing in some people's, even in a me and Mr. Daddy Lee
Mm.
lifetime, like prior to when we were even born, you were doing what you were doing. You know what I mean? You've affected some people in so many different ways where you probably didn't even understand, how you affected these people. And even at the time when you started out, you probably didn't even know that you would be affecting people in the manner in which you did.
Yeah, yes, that is
There,
correct. That is correct.
there was a song. The very first time I became familiar with Freddie, at that particular time, you already had miles ahead. You were already doing music. You already had so many different things under your belt. But one of the first songs that I ever heard that actually affected me and still lives with me to this day is a song when named Push Come to Shove.
Wow. Yeah, that's one of my favorite songs, man.
Um,
I actually wrote that song on a Air Jamaica plane, traveling from Baltimore to Kingston.
what is the significance in that song? Because that song does sound like a makeup story. That song sounds very personal. If you know what, go down the lane there, we have a problem with it, but it touched me in a way where even to this day, when I'm there in my life, it's still relevant. And I know that I'm just one individual among billions, and I know there's a lot of other people who can relate.
Well, with that song now, I'm start travel, so I'm start have a different experience.
Mhm.
I always wanted to make a song about flight and airport and them thing there.
Right.
And I remember when I boarded that Air Jamaica flight, I got a window seat because I love travel by window. And the boarding pass that I had, you know, I just said, I will use this 3.5 hours and try and pen something.
Mhm.
And the idea came to mind.
Whoa.
I'm a longing to see you. I want to know what you've been doing over yonder.
Whoa.
I'm going to catch this flight. And when I reach my destination, I hope you'll be smiling.
Whoa.
To see me.
Whoa.
You know, I thought you dropped me a line just to say, hello, my dear, I'm doing fine.
Oh, my God.
But it doesn't matter anyway now because my love for you would never change, will never change.
Whoa. Whoa.
Then, when push come to shove, everybody's going to put the blame on me for loving you. For loving you.
So it's like these words, and if you just like literally, you're just dictating them. No, you're just saying them, and they sound very simple.
I think them and write them down for my boarding pass, you know.
They sound very simple right now as you speak, but a lot of people don't understand the sweet science of music. Is that every song that was ever a hit and had a lasting impact was a very simple song, but
Yes,
at the same time, it was very prolific and very profound.
But hold on. In the ear of the man say, I'm boarding pass him, write it down.
Then me not tell you, brother, hold
not
on,
even have
man.
a little piece of paper or something.
Hold on, man.
Him
Hold on,
boarding
hold on.
pass.
Here what me I do right now for Daddy Freddie. Because him say, I want him favorite song, so me I go back to the original director's cut for that song. All right? All right. Me could do it that way. Yeah. Me could do it that way.
Take the blame. Tired of taking the blame. Might as well live again. Oh, sometimes it can be so unfair. I'm a longing to see you. How you've been doing over yonder. I'm gonna catch this flight when I reach my destination. Tired of taking the blame. Might as well live again. Oh, sometimes it can be so unfair. I'm a longing to see you. I wanna know how you've been doing over yonder. I'm gonna catch this flight when I reach my destination. I hope you'll be smiling, longing to see me. I thought you'd drop me a line just to say hello, my dear. I'm doing fine. Doesn't matter anyway now, cause my love for you will never change. Tell me what you're doing right now, cause when everybody gonna put the blame on me for loving you, for loving you. When everybody gonna put the blame on me See, I had your number in my diary, but as soon as I get home, I think change. I'm not playing any games. I wanna know if what we have still remains the same. Tell me right now, cause I wanna know if when stop the show. Everybody come and play on me. I'm tired of taking the blame for loving you.
When Prince comes to shove, everybody's gonna put the blame on me for loving you. I love that's true. Yo, this song, like literally.
What year you said they did this song again?
1970, 75, 76. I think it came out in 76.
Wow. Timeless. Because it's still relevant to what going on.
And it sounds like it was just done the other day.
Yo, well, I remember going on my rural voice real quick. Hear me song reaching out to all of the people in a long distance love relationship, trying to pick up on yourself. Hey, so get inside the voice, I got this on the one. Hey, for Freddie, Mcgregor, Tinko, selector. No, listen me. Father, I don't, I'm saying right upon the back, I'm boarding pass.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew
what you was writing.
One little 14, 13, 15-year-old youth, however old I was at the time when I heard this particular song. However old a lot of youth was when them hear this song, or a lot of young ladies was, or even people would just hear it right now. But this, if timeless music was a person,
I think one of the things that drive that song so much is I was looking for a punchline, a chorus that people would resonate with. People would like and sing along. I don't want to go back to something what old people usually say. I remember when push come to shove.
Yes.
I know, so them argument, our original old people argument.
Yes.
Master, when push come to shove, I don't know.
Yeah, man, that's true.
So I figure if we use that chorus and make it sound really fantastic, it would resonate with people, and surely did.
No, it more than resonate. I mean, like me say, me and the youth, they are foreign from the idea we need. So imagine, we're talking about prior to internet, prior to all of these things. The only thing we get at the time was cassette.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So we get with cassette, and when we hear these songs, they literally changed our life. You know what I mean? And to be able to have the opportunity to sit down and actually talk to the mastermind behind the song, it's just it would have been coming like I said, when you rub shoulders with Dennis and Sly and Bob and the whole of them people. It's like you literally come return the favor to we. You know what I say? You know what I mean? And that's how you keep blessings in rotation.
But even so, look at the history behind the song. We would have never one day sit down and think that he wrote this on a plane while flying back to Jamaica.
Yeah, man.
You'd have think say him sit down and meds and holding pen and paper and just, I try to come up with lyrics.
Yeah,
literally
man.
On a plane.
I searched through the back of the seat, the plane seat, to find a piece of paper. Couldn't find anything. I was drawing my boarding pass, People
don't hear that. When I hear that.
So now I hear the history behind one of the biggest songs in our reggae music.
Yeah.
Just think about it. In any genre, really and truly, when you really think about it. But if you want to classify it as reggae, you know what I say? Because remember, America, we there one time we hear that song. You know what I say? So at the end of the day, I chose not to call myself a dancehall artist because my career started here in America. You know what I say? Big respect to Danny Ray for giving me a opportunity. Big respect to Freddie Mcgregor, who was actually there on tour in Belgium at the time when I made Danny Ray's acquaintance. Danny Ray and Computer Paul, a cousin. You know what I say? And I had the opportunity to record a song, you know, on an album that Freddie, Peter Oningale. There's a lot of big artists on that particular album. The album actually is called Run the Rhythm Selector.
Yeah, man. I remember that one, Jetstar.
Yes, Jetstar. You know, man, say big up Mr. Palmer. Anyway, you're there.
So,
You know, but ladies and gentlemen, the biggest song when me ever get in my life is a song by name Girl, if all the morning come and I know in my arms I will die. Computer Paul sent me from Philadelphia to a studio to go meet him cousin when named Danny Ray. At that particular time, Freddie was in there recording his song, and he stepped out of the studio and said, yo, we're not kill champion, a race champion. So if you would say, I'm have a thing, make him go on. And I'm kind of host anyway, because I just perform at Belgium last night. And I go in there, and I do the song, one take. Literally, I do the first couple line out of the song, I stop. And then I ask them, oh, my son. And the man them say, record the rest of the song. Freddie say, you have to go on. And if I never him, when I there, so right now, I chat to him because I probably wouldn't even, like, probably my spirit would have so down that I wouldn't even have pursued a music career to the point where we do production, we release record, and now we have a podcast, and now with me I talk to somebody who was instrumental in my career.
Had an influence on you.
Yes.
So speaking so now, him give you the history of one of the biggest, baddest song. I can't wait to hear the history of another one.
Talk to me.
Big ship sailing on the ocean.
Oh my God. And that right there, so that right there, so like big ship sailing on the ocean, the label being called big ship, like you kind of first.
You would have forgot that.
You first me tweet.
If you don't want to reach the
no, we can't reach that.
There's so much history with this one.
You first me tweet. I didn't want John I can't first, but you first me tweet. You slide out, no problem. Big ship sailing on the ocean. Like, talk to us about that.
We can tell you about that one now.
And cue it up now. Cue it up, because we are going to drop it.
No, man, we are going to drop it. But
1979, 90 oldness, Observer label, me and him link up. And he tell me, say, boy, I like me and him make an album because I'm popular in England. And he want me and him come to England. And we recorded an album called Mr. Mcgregor. And him actually keep him promise and took me to England.
Wow.
When I first went to England, my first interview was with Mr. David Radigan.
Wow.
And him draw out a long history for me. Him draw out a paper and start read out my whole history. And he started telling me about some little songs with me when I never even remember.
Wow. Wow.
Studio One gems, you know. But because them and their collectors, them know what go on.
Right.
And from there, England, I start get a different vibe with England. And I love England, you know. England is a real music marketplace. So people love music. I don't know if it's a Windrush generation who are here and carry the music with them and get children in England who have the same Jamaican roots, although them born in Britain. But the thing spread differently in England, man. Here massive, you know. And I went back to Jamaica and link up with Linval Thompson. And now Linval really tight, you know. Linval is my brother. And Linval say, you know, for me and him do a project and we can go to England and go do some things together. And I would decided, yes, we're going to do it. So Linval would book some studio time at Channel 1. And I would get together with the musicians and record the rhythms and stuff. And then one morning we decided to start an early session about 10 o'clock. And I went up to Linval's house in Stony Hill about 8:30. And You might know Stone Hill.
Yes, definitely.
The morning was foggy,
Mm.
and I sat in a swing in a Linval yard, and Linval inside I put on him clothes, and I had a guitar in my hand, and through the mist of the morning, you could overlook the sea coast, and we could sit down at the wharf, Kingston wharf, and there's this huge ship coming in the harbor, huge, green. I still remember the color green, a big green ship, slowly coming into the harbor. And I think to myself, that ship a biggie, man. With the water containers on it. Right away, I start Marcus gave a Black Star liner. And me I see the containers, people, going home. And then one time Linval come on the door for tell me say him soon come. I say, Linval, come here, come look on a ship here. And him come out and look through the mist at the morning and see the ship. And I say, yeah man, it big. I'm just a strump on my guitar, big ship sailing on the ocean. That's all.
Wow.
Wow. Never made up any verses or anything. And we went to the studio. They recorded most of the tracks for the Big Ship album. And just about when the session was going to be ended, I remember the idea that I had this morning. I'm called Flabber. It was Roots Radix. And I call out to Flabber. I said, Flabber, I have one more song for you. Go on the piano, at channel 1, and start bang the F major 7 G minor and start to sing the melody, Big Ship Sailing on the Ocean. And Flower take out back in bass guitar and run him finger over it. Boom, and start play tum boom boom tum tum boom tum boom boom tum.
Wow.
And Bingy Bunny take out him guitar and start chop it same way.
Wow.
And take out back him drumsticks out and bag and start clap the drum. And everybody in the voice booth, in the engineering room, start shout out and say, hit song, make a record this. And just develop from there, Steely went over the piano and started playing a little phrase, taga dang dang, kung kudung tung, kada dang. And the song just developed into what it became, Monster. And about 2 weeks after that, I eventually wrote the rest of the lyrics to the song.
Wow.
And as you speak now, me I look at the album cover. That ship is called the Curtis Ark. It's the original Curtis Ark. I think they have a liquor with that name.
Yes, of course, Curtis Ark. Yes.
That ship, after its use, commercial use, it was docked in a place in South London. And that's where we went one early morning and did the photo shoot for the album.
Ladies and gentlemen, when you hear the history, hear the song.
Whoa, 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 sailing, sailing. Say when I'm ready, you must hold on steady. We're moving on. Lightning
Pull up his song!
Take a seat and wait till I'm ready.
Pull up his song!
Whoa. Sailing, sailing. Say when I'm ready, you must hold on steady. We're moving off at lightning speed, yeah. Take a seat and wait till I'm ready. I'm coming, so hold on steady, yeah. Big ship sailing on the ocean. We don't need no commotion. Big ship sailing on the ocean. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Say big ship sailing on the ocean. Big ship sailing on the ocean. Whoa, whoa, yeah. There's a time when the sea gets rough, the wind is blowing and the fishes keep moving. What?
Yo, my lad. I noticed that, like myself, you have a soft space in your heart for England. There's a story that a lot of people might not know that took place in England that is very significant to the world over. There was a particular time when you were on a tour with an artist who actually was born in England by the name of Maxi Priest. Um, you were also there with Sly
And Robbie,
and Robbie
yeah, man.
and
Dean Fraser and the crew.
Dean Fraser, and you got a what's the word I'm looking for? Like something like when you get a vision,
Mm.
and literally there,
A premonition.
a premonition, yes. You basically stated to everybody who was there at that particular time that you would change like the literally people. The flight was already booked on Pan Am airline, and a particular day that took place. We're gonna talk about it.
Yes,
Where there were
we were on tour. That was in 1988. We
Mhm,
were on tour. And
mhm,
we did 3 months in the US and 3 months in Europe and Japan.
mhm,
And it was the coldest year I ever felt in the UK. It was
mhm,
very cold that year, 1988.
mhm,
We did a show in Birmingham the Friday night. And we did another show, I think in Brighton. And then we had a show in a place called Folkestone on the
mhm.
Sunday night. And the Sunday night was the last show of that tour. So everybody excited and well want to go home. And Sting was coming up in December too. And there was a vibe that Mr. Leng wanted us to do Sting. Somehow Sly and some of us never really wanted to do it. But Robbie Shakespeare wanted to do it,
Mhm,
And and Robbie kind of win the vote. Max wanted to do Sting too, because
mhm,
he'd never done it before. And so they decided we're going to Sting. So we were booked on a Pan Am flight on a Tuesday. But I tell you before that, Saturday night in Birmingham, we met a lady. She came backstage and introduced herself to us. And she told us at the end of our conversation, she said, I'm on the flight with you guys on Tuesday. I said, how did you know that? And she said, I run a travel agency and I see your names that you're booked on the flight. And she said, I'll see you guys on Tuesday. And that was it. We left.
Buckler.
And the Sunday night after we finished work, Copeland Farbs, he went to London, collected our money, and came back to Folkestone. And after we got paid that night and was downstairs in the dressing room, Copeland said to me, gentlemen, not to me, to all of us. He said, gentlemen, I called Panam today, and Panam said they have seat on the flight Monday if anyone want to leave Monday instead of Tuesday. And like a vibe, I'm just said to the man, them say, all right, well, we don't just leave Monday and go Miami go shop because it's cold over here. And Dean and Nambo and everybody else just say, yeah, man, at the right vibe that. And overwhelming support for the move. And Copeland called and got the flights changed. And the bus driver agreed to take us to the airport the Monday morning because he lived in Germany and he wanted to go home, being on the road for so long. And we went to the airport the Monday morning and we got on the flight. And so when we arrived, we stopped in Newark, New Jersey, and then on to Miami. And them times that them never have South Beach or anything yet. We went downtown and did some shopping. And when we got back to the hotel, we all went to Dean's room, Dean Fraser's room. I was just reminiscing about the world tour, the world everything. And then, but we knew that Sly, Robbie, and Maxi Priest was left to come in. And they were booked on the flight too. So, we were there watch TV in a Dean room. And then suddenly we heard Dean say, hold on, look like a plane crash. And we saw the plane on the ground. And then we saw the tail of the plane, Panam. Dean turned up the volume. And the announcer said, Panam Flight 103 just took off from Heathrow, London, Heathrow Airport, crashed over Lockerbie, Scotland, killing all 230-something passengers. And Chico, the trumpeter, looked at his boarding pass and said, I have a flight 103 may have on. All of us check our boarding pass. And yes, we all had 103 because we were supposed to leave on the Tuesday.
Mm.
And, it's pandemonium because we were thinking that Sly, Robbie, and Maxi was on that flight. And the hours of evening, we couldn't call London to get any confirmation from Suzette at Island Records as to whether Sly them had made the flight. And we stayed up in the room until morning when we could call London about 9 o'clock. We called and Suzette answered the phone and said, Freddie, I know what you're calling about, but they're fine. And she said they're booked on British Airways to go straight to Kingston on Thursday.
Whoa.
And we got some relief, you know.
Whoa.
And that was a scary one for us, for all of us. But we knew that God loved us and wasn't ready for us yet.
General. Yo, may I say?
Yo.
Father Freddie. Jesus Christ, man. Yo, brother.
You that one they left you speechless.
No, man, you see divine. Yo, you see one name divine intervention,
yeah,
brother.
Man. Yeah, man. That one was a divine order, brethren.
Yes.
We never know anything about that. God just set that one in my hand, you know.
Real talk, my general.
Because that would have depleted a big part of the reggae industry, you know.
Of course, how would you man fly and rabbit?
Yo, look at much greatness, man.
Freddie McGregor.
Look at much
Maxi
greatness.
Priest.
Dean Fraser. 809 band. We couldn't do that. John never met that happen.
Yo, me say, more while, you know, them have a thing one name, Inner Vice. I eat them called GPS in them modern times. It name Inner Vice. You see, when you listen to something there, brother, and you know, go against it, you can't go wrong.
Yes.
Like them tell we follow your first mind.
My lad, me tell you something.
You know?
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you. Father Freddie couldn't know this. You know what I mean? Like me say, I'm keep on elaborate on the same thing. I mean, I don't want it to sound redundant. But like at the end of the day, like I said, I don't feel like I could be here talking to him if it wasn't because of a lady named Louisa Mark. Louisa Mark would have coming like Dan Pendant, right?
Man, Louisa.
Yes.
Yes.
God rest her soul. She did have a big song in England, big song. At the place that I was staying when I was burying my grandmother-in-law, right, in England. Me never come there on a musical vibes. I come there for come bury my grandmother. First, me and my daughter and my wife at that time was coming to England. We come to England, end up meet Louisa Mark. She tell me say she did do one song, and the song what she do was for Mr. Palmer. She tell me say she go give me a link for go Jetstar. Me call computer Paul give me the same link. Me end up go Brixton when time me forgot Alston. Right?
Alston.
Brixton me end up going on. Me literally go Brixton. So if me never go Brixton and go Alston first, probably money even buck up in Mr. Freddie. Me literally go Brixton first. The man them tell me say no student no name Jetstar over here. So you need to go Alston. Me end up go Alston. Remember, you know, me don't know nothing about England. Me take the tube, me end up go to Ropes, end up in a Alston. When me reach Danny Ray, me see, me buck up in a Danny Ray, who computer Paul say me to Freddie McGregor was voicing a song at that particular time. And the Mr. Fix It with him. And when me forward in the studio, him say, the youth say him can DJ and can sing. Get the youth a blind. Why you think me always say, me not kill champion, me race champion? And him me hear that statement there from. And you hear me I say it over and over again. And me get the opportunity for the thing come full circle now. So me can sit down and talk to this man who is a legend to the world, but who is an icon to me because of what he done for me without even knowing what he was doing for me.
A big influence on you. Big
my
influence.
General. You see when him goes array and drive him kerchief and goes and wipe tears. And some me feel right now, if you know say, me sit down in front of somebody where so instrumental in my existence in a music.
We are giving him flowers, right?
We have to give him flowers.
We are giving him flowers.
Yeah, man.
Him earn it, him deserve it, man.
Just great, man. Give thanks.
Black Echo, remember, you know, my lad, them man don't really draw for nobody unless them relevant in the business, you know. I mean, they are England. I mean, get the opportunity to hug up an icon, somebody, me not even did know, say, at that particular time, say, me put two and two together
No,
after me left
but
the studio and hear like the song when me tell us I changed my life. No, I say, well, I the same man when me stand upside
hold on,
sing that song.
hold
Cause
on, man.
then tell well, I'm gonna cut you. Then tell
Yo,
me I'm gonna know Freddie McGregor as coming and make the connection. So me I know Freddie McGregor as wow 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 wow. You know what I say? So them time like and then when me start go back in my memory bank now, me I say me can't believe say I the same person me stand upside I will literally musically changed my life and then forward back in my life and changed my life again. Cause when me go into the studio and me do the first bar out of the song and me step out of the studio for hear all my sound, the man, the mafia them look at me and say, Freddie say, you fi go on and finish your song.
well, you have the opportunity to meet him in person.
Thank you, sir.
Right now, me have the opportunity, well, in a reason with him. I'm grateful for that. Nobody can take that from him. Can
Yeah, man.
brag on both
Yeah,
and say,
man.
yes. We
Yes.
sit down and hold a reason with
Yes.
great Freddie McGregor.
Yes.
Nobody can take that from me.
Yes.
And I mean, before me even reach, I thought, Freddie McGregor.
Yes.
We have a reason with tonight.
Yeah.
May I start all beat fast. Like. That's what I tell myself, so, calm down, man. Calm down. Everything I got. But may I tell you, man, it's a joy and a pleasure, Mr. Freddie.
Yeah, man.
To be here holding a reason with greatness.
Same here, brother.
Right. I mean, at the end of the day, 60 years, you're still active, still doing your thing. Me see some clippings where they are where you're on boat and I do your thing, you're among some people and I will a joy. You know, what keeps you going, you know, even through everything that you've been through, you know, even as of the last 8 months, you know, you fear some things where a lot of people don't bounce back from. You know what I mean? You
a stroke.
Right. And that kind of bench of you a minute. And
But I was determined not to make it hold me back, you know.
Right.
But it's the spirit and power of the music that really pulled me forward.
Right.
Because when Chin asked me if I could do Japan for the Mighty Crown farewell,
Mm-hmm.
Japan is one of my favorite marketplaces. I've had great times in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to do it, and I told him yes. But I tell you, prayers is great, you know. Because I beg the Lord to help me, strengthen me, so I would be able to do it.
Right.
And bless me, I was able to go on the ship. I would did those concerts, and it was marvelous, you know, to see the love what the people really show me, and some little children and stuff. Amazing, man.
You're a legend, Father Freddie. In our eyes, in the world eyes, your legacy is solidified. Not only through you, through your children, big up Genius, big up Chino,
Yes.
big up, you know, all of your offspring. You know what I mean? There's a selective few who have children who are poised to carry on the legacy. Bob being one of the most prominent ones because, you know, the whole of him pitting them doubling it. You know what I mean? Freddie, yeah, one of them as well. You know what I mean? We're forward with, you know, when you say Genius, no joke na it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
For you talk about Genius, you know, man, very groundbreaking. I mean, what was it like for you to know that, you know, your kids are taking up the whip and decided to you know, carry on the legacy, even though it was in a different, not necessarily genre, because still Jamaican music overall, but like you brought it from ska to rocksteady to dancehall, them kind of carried to a next level. What was it like for you?
Well, the whole thing about that is I wanted to have a situation around me where if the youth them grow up and love what I do,
Mm-hmm.
they have what it needs to get it done. So
Right.
that's why I built my studio.
Mm.
So we could have it. Because whenever I want me youth them have to go bounce around a people's studio.
Yes.
If them love it like that.
Yes.
And little did I know it would have been a blessing for Stephen, the genius. Because he was getting ready to graduate from Harden High School.
Wow.
And his love and passion was music, and I didn't even know that
Wow.
until him start every morning and evening. Him open the studio and close the studio. And when he graduated from her, then I look on him one morning, Monday morning, and I said, Stephen, you don't have to go to school now. How it feel? And he said, me, all right, daddy, man, you don't know my thing set already. I'm not saying anything else to him. I just watch him grow and develop. I don't even know when Steven started playing keyboards and bass and them things. Just overnight, him just get miserable. Him make a rhythm named cartoon.
Yes. Yes.
From him make the cartoon rhythm and don't look back. Just soaring. Become a great producer and work with the likes of Cartel, Vado, Elephant, you name it, the entire dancer team.
Yes. Yes.
And still going strong today.
No, man. I mean, when I'm latest biggest song right now, I Shinsi and Massacre. Yeah, man. You know, master. So I mean, the man still relevant to this day when him there. And I mean, and
the man Chino have a single name, Look a Girl.
All right, Dan Chino, just there in New York when they are with Jatty Jonah, you know what I mean?
So, him just pass on the genes. That's all him doing.
I mean, Father Freddie, you are an icon in so many ways. 60 years. If mid time
60 odd.
60 odd.
63 to 2024.
Wow. Wow. All right. Correction understood. Daddy Lee, what you have to say?
Mr. McGregor, a couple more questions me want to ask personally.
Yes.
You is a man that travel the world, right? Now, at home in Jamaica, me want to ask this. Between Sunfest and Sunsplash, how many times have you performed on those shows, if you can remember?
I've done Sunfest. I've done Sunfest about 3 times. I've done Reggae Sunsplash time and time again. Because one of the great things about Reggae Sunsplash, Dennis Brown always closed Sunsplash in the morning. We call it the morning ride. And there was this thing where myself, John Wall, Gregory, and Dennis, we were so close that we know. So when Dennis start work, we're not leaving because when call us back on in the morning.
Look it.
Yeah. So we always stay back for that. And that became a hallmark of Reggae Sunsplash. Where, you know, Dennis Brown went and close the festival when the morning come up, when the sun start come out, you know. Morning ride with Dennis Brown. And so those are memorable years, memorable moments. Them time the people have arranged something a reggae bed. Piece of cardboard, you know, tourists. The youth them used to carry enough cardboard, come there and sell it. People just lay down and relax and enjoy the morning sun and the music.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
So that was some of your best moments to remember.
Yes.
As far as performing wise.
Definitely.
Yeah, man. Another question I want to ask you. How many albums have you done total?
My last count was 41.
Wow.
I don't even think I do 41 songs.
And I can tell the listeners, I have a new album out. It's called A Breath of Fresh Air.
Wow.
Produced by Dilly and myself, Stingray Music.
Wow.
And that album is not available on physical CDs yet. It's online. It's available online. It's called A Breath of Fresh Air. Asking the fans to go download it and listen to it. Nice album. Really, really tough. 14 tracks.
Wow.
Tough album. Trust me. When I tell you that.
You have anything you said before I ask this question? Because this question is like
you know, Omega close it already.
Right.
You know, Omega close it already.
Mr. McGregor.
Yes, sir.
You got a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yes.
How did it feel for you to get that award?
Well, I've got many, you know, many. The amount of Lifetime Achievement Award when I get, my life extended far and wide right now. I'm going to give thanks, you know, because I think I put in the time and deserve it. And as you touch on that, let me just use this platform right now to send a special shout out to Julian Marley, and winning the Grammy Award.
Yes.
You know, there's a lot of controversy going around about that. But when I look at the comments, I realize that a lot of people who are saying stuff don't understand the music industry and how it operates. But I can say for myself that one was long in the making for Julian, you know.
Yes.
Great musician, great singer. Truly deserved this one, and it couldn't come at a better time. When his father biopsy coming out, everything that is going on, reggae month and all of that.
Right.
Yeah, man. So big up to Julian.
I stand in concert with Footer Hype when he says that at a time when Bob did a make film contribution to the industry, he was not around to receive any of these accolades as far as Grammys and things of that nature. So if him pitney them I go come accept it on film behalf, on allow them and make them go, brother.
Man.
We have to start learning to appreciate each other for what it is, you know.
Exactly.
And don't beat down with one another.
Yes,
exactly. We build champion, we don't break them down.
Yes, and
So,
I always going to remember that statement from
everyone
you.
Really embrace the little youth and give him kudos.
And ironically, he was the only one out of the Mali so far who has graced this platform. You know what I mean? He was actually here. So, you know, I sympathize with his plight. I respect his talent. I know that Bob has just like yourself has given the world
timeless music,
not only through himself, but as an extension through him children, them just like yourself, Father Freddie.
Jojo,
you know what I mean?
Man. I'm proud of him. I'm really send my blessings to him. Congratulations on winning the Grammy.
We reach a part, I mean, as an icon still, you know what I mean? And you say a thing earlier where me know the problem now got in it. You know what I mean? Because you say a thing earlier where you say, yo, don't play it. We don't mess up people, don't play it. We don't play it at a time when it a cut live, so we don't have time for mistake. So,
but before we even do the dub plate, we just want to say, Mr. Mcgregor, it was a pleasure. We could have sit down and talk all night, all our reasoning. But we know say we can't do that.
Really appreciate this one too, you know.
So maybe we can do a part few. At a later date.
And there them just continue to do the work too. You can not do a great work same way.
Yeah, we generally like me say, you affected me directly, you affected Daddy Lee indirectly. There are some people in this world who you have touched directly. You know what I mean? You know, my uncle can't speak to my personal experience with the eye. But Father Freddie, may I tell you the truth? I genuinely love you, my general, for what you do for me.
Yeah, man, love the eye too, brother.
Yeah, man. Generally love you and you know, speedy recovery and continue for this climb. You know what I mean? Till you reach back a point where
I am coming on very well. Thank you.
Yeah, you will see it, man. We see it.
The love and the support out there, you know?
Yeah, man.
People
yeah,
man. For me.
Definitely.
I wish me well. And let me use this opportunity to send a big shout out to Coco T, my brother, you know?
Yeah, my father, Coco T.
Big up yourself.
Yeah, man. T doing well. I went to visit Coco T a couple of days ago, and Coco T is good right now.
Wow.
Pierce singing Coco T the pan right now.
You hear it right from the asses mud people.
Yeah, man.
Lonesome side of town, right next to the cola one. Papa tell me, and Mama tell me too, what I'm to do. All right, Father Freddie, this is a part of the episode where no artists don't escape. We know you're fully capable. We know no problem night. It name live overall settings don't play it. Any song where you choose for do, you know what I mean? We just want a little thing where we can have for our archives where we can put it in
I
a
say
thing where
I
we say, well,
yes.
Father Freddie give me one live dub plate, no rhythm, a
overall
cappella.
settings in
I
it.
just a
That's
call
all
overall
why.
settings name
Yes.
night, and we can just done it.
Looks like the sun, it doesn't shine for me. Still I'm a living, trying to be free. Oh, yeah. Overall settings is a must, I know. No matter how them fuss and go on, because we read these things in prophecy. But when the rain stop falling down and they ain't got no water, they're gonna bow down to the ground, they're wishing that them was under. And when the stars start falling down and fires burning,
Red hot.
will be weeping and a gnashing of teeth, another one will be mourning. Overall settings won't be mourning. Good vibes we're sending.
Salute, me general, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, we never get to touch upon that song.
You
There,
have
but
it,
yo,
people there, you have
listen.
it. A legend, 60 years in the business. Me and you, come here 23 and you're 27. You know what I mean? So that's 60 years combined. You know what I mean? Although me at 50 and you're like
Well,
50
I
much.
have to ask Mr.
You know?
McGregor. Mr. McGregor, can we do another reasoning, please, and thank you?
Yes, man, we can.
All right, sir.
Starting now, we don't even reach now what to
May I tell you, we don't reach nowhere yet.
So we have enough more reason for reason, man.
Yeah, man.
Yo, we
Looking
love
forward
your father,
to it.
Freddie. Big up Miguel settings. Big up Mermaid settings. Big up Miss Daisy. Big up everybody who make this possible. Yo, Father Freddie, we're not going to stop talking about how much we care for you, how much we rate you, how much we love you. For, not only for what you do for this industry, but what you do for us on a personal level. Not only me as an artist, but we as a platform. Like, in general, we love you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Looking forward into the next reasoning, Mr.
Yeah, we have to support our own, you know. So we never
Yes.
feel that we support overall settings, because that's what we need to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
One unwashed the face.
Yeah,
I mean, two unwashed the face. One unwashed another. Two unwashed the face. That's how you go.
Yeah. We say all for one and one for all, you know.
Yes.
Operating in that manner, no failure.
Salute. Salute.
Yes,
Can't wait for the next reasoning, my brother.
Big up yourself,
Honestly.
my
Give thanks.
Yeah, man.
Big up
give
everybody
thanks.
for the night. We are. All right. Up. Ladies and gentlemen, remember upon the other side, dignitary stylish. Just when we come. All right.
I'm a general that too, you know, dignity.
Yeah. All right. You hear that?
Yes,
Yeah, Father Freddie. So Father Freddie, when you look straight in our camera and tell him, say, don't go nowhere, them for just lag on and take him dignity. Please.
Yeah, man. Please stay tuned. Overall settings. Dignitary stylish will come up. And you don't want Mr. You with them. Awesome. Awesome.
All right. Big up yourself, Father.
Yes, just send me come.
Manners.
All right.
Father Freddie.